weighing on the mind. One thing I learned after all this time, the mountain you carry meant for you to climb. All this time, I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining, nothing can stop me. All these years, blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me.
Yeah, tell my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it.
Well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Takes it at the 7. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Colts. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Wilson. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. Give him 9 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Harris is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On second and goal, Wilson. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
On third and goal, Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on third and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Back to throw. Nelson. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The Bucs at 1-6 now. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
But you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
On third down, Nelson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
14,
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
This is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Come 19! Come 19!
Off the play fake. Nelson. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
6-0 our score after 1. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And they run with Harris off the option. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And the Colts are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Harris. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Najee Harris, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Set to throw is Nelson on 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up. Hobbs.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That's swung out wide to Harris. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Sliding out of the pocket. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They'll try the right side with Harris. Room here to run. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Fant. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd and 2. Now a give, running left is Harris. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Throwing Jones. Throwing deep for Galladay. It got his man complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Jones.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And the Bucs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chip in. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away from the 6.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Williams. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. They'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And that will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Now Wilson on 1st down.
Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Play action. Now Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyquan Thornton. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of a group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They started on the ground with Eckler. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. First target, first catch at a 1st down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Running on 1st down, Eckler.
He'll get this down to the 38. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This is swung out to Eckler. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Jones now on first down. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Eckler. He is going nowhere in a hurry, as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Looking to throw. Jones. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Davis. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jones eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. It's brought in by Harris.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, but even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that, has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To throw again is Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Noah Fant, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Buccaneers 3.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now Jones throwing on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Jones on first and 10. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Bucs are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Jones throwing for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
79 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On third down, here's Harris. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Here's Jones. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Colts will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Harris running straight ahead. And a short pickup to about the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels, they take the ball away, they change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Indianapolis,